Good. Next Bible study right here. Yo, I'm American. Most of you watching are Americans. I got like 10, 20 million subs, so I know I have international viewers. But for those of you that are Americans and grew up in America, we've been cursed with a beauty standard in this land, and it's in other lands too. But I can only focus on the land that I'm from, America. Everything revolves around sex and violence, and sex, drama, BS. All of that stuff is interesting. I don't want to watch a movie that doesn't have any killing or sex in it. It won't be that interesting. It'll just be some melodramatic type of. It's no action in it. If it's no action in it, it's not gonna hold interest. And that's just the truth of the matter. And it's been like that forever in this land. I said all of that to say the beauty standard that's set for America is crazy, because some women that God created are considered ugly. Other women that the same God created are considered beautiful, but only in the eyes of humans who have warped thinking. Because the OG doesn't create anything ugly, yet this society says that fat ass chick over there with the mustache is ugly AF. Whereas that chick right there, that 6 feet tall, beautiful long hair, that's what we want. And this isn't God's perception of beauty. It's only pitiful human thinking, and I'm gonna back all of this up with scripture and worldly examples. You see right here, I got everything queued up. So I'll start with the beauty out of the Bible. If you don't know who King Solomon was, he was the wisest king that God had ever anointed. He was the richest also. His net worth was in the billions back in his time, maybe even the trillions, who knows. And he even had his own book in the Holy Bible. I'm gonna go to it right now and read a couple verses out of it. It's called the Song of Solomon. It's in the Old Testament. It's right near Ecclesiastes and all of that, for those that aren't familiar with the Bible. I'm gonna go ahead and read chapter 4, verse 1 through something. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep and that stops right there. What Solomon was doing was describing his wife at that time. He was confessing his love for her. Her name was Abishag, Abishag. This is a broken down version of that. Verses 1 through 5. Your eyes are like doves. Your hair is like a flock of goats. Your teeth are like a flock of ewes. Your lips are like a scarlet thread. Your temples are a slice of pomegranate. Your neck is like a tower of David. Your breasts are like tooth-long gazelle. Yo, Solomon was spitting that game at his wife. This was wifey, but yo, he was letting her know she was beautiful AF. He wasn't playing, man. He just was feeling this girl right here. And he had 700 wives, 300 side chicks, concubines. But this one woman right here was just, he was in love with her. And he confessed his love to her in that scripture right there. Let me jump into this right here. So God allowed that scripture to be printed in the Bible. But here's what God said in the New Testament. turn to the book of 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. But the Lord said to Samuel, and Samuel was one of God's prophets, do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. And let me stop right there. For those not familiar with this passage, this was when God was looking for a king to replace Samuel, who was the first king of Israel. And King David was his replacement. Samuel the prophet, God used him to search for this king. And he came to the house of David. And let me repeat it again. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. Samuel was looking for the next king. So he was going house to house, door to door. So when he came to the house of David, King David's, he had mad brothers. So Samuel had to inspect each of his brothers to see which one may possibly be the next king. Didn't even look for David, because David was mad young at the time. He might have been 16, 17. He wasn't even there. He was out in the fields tending to the flock of animals that they had. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. So in today's society, a fat ass chick that may appear ugly to you is beautiful to God if she has a good heart. If she's not evil, if she helps people, if she does this, if she tries to do her best, that's the person that's beautiful right there. Not some model looking chick that may look beautiful on the outside but has a rotten core on the inside, whose heart is rotten, who would never stop to help an old lady with her groceries or something like that. So that was 1 Samuel 16:7. Let me look at this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11. God, he hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11. So just this verse right here just kills everything. If you're one of those people that the world considers ugly because of your looks, just know that the OG, Judge Jesus, thinks you're beautiful. He's the one that created you. So who cares what these people think? They're not God. So ignore them. Keep your self-esteem high. So this is someone that the world would consider as ugly. Look at this lady right here. Do a survey, do a poll. I'm pretty sure every guy that takes the poll, if asked, is this woman ugly to you, is going to say, yeah, she's ugly. Same poll, same guys. Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Is she ugly? Or shut up. Hell no, she's not ugly. God made both of these women right here. He made both of them. If the one that is considered ugly because of her looks has a good heart, then she's just as beautiful as that Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Thus says the Lord. So I guess that about concludes this Bible study. Yeah. So this is basically just letting all the people that may think that they're ugly based on the world's beauty standards, don't let that stuff lower your self